Alright, today's matchup I'll be playing Teferi, Temporal, Archmage. This is a combo control deck, so I'm going to try to combo off with the Chain Veil and Teferi while keeping Kefka in check, my opponent. Kefka, this is also a control deck, tries to control the board and then get in for bits of damage once you can flip Kefka. It gets to draw. Once you get that one time, you pretty much have the game won, so if not, you can just recast Kefka over and over for extra value, forcing your opponents to discard cards and then drawing cards off of it. We've won the coin toss, so we're going to elect to play. And this is an okay hand, so we'll go ahead and keep. We'll open with a Flooded Strand and crack it right away, fetching an island and passing the turn. We'll play an island. I realized I should have played Preordain last turn, but I was thinking it was an instant for some reason. We'll play it now, it doesn't really affect it, so we'll scry 2 and then draw a card. We'll ship both cards to the bottom and then draw Counterspell, and then pass the turn. Cling to Dust from our opponent, so they'll exile a card from our graveyard. They'll play Steam Vents and then pass back to us. We'll go ahead and play an island, and we'll pass the turn there. Bloodstained Mire from our opponent into a Watery Grave, and then passing back to us. We'll go ahead and play Urza's Saga. Not much going on here. Kind of a draw-go type game. And then Malcolm Alluring Scoundrel. This is the perfect time for us to play counter Force Spike, maybe? Deals kind of put of course. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and Force Spike that. 1, they don't have the mana, into an Arid Mesa, which will get them a Badlands, and then they will pass back to us. Perfect. We'll play land for turn. We can activate Urza's Saga and still leave Counterspell up. And then our opponent is going to play Flame of Anur. We're going to choose to deal 5 damage to target creature, so there goes our artifact, that's fine. And then it'll be our opponent's turn, who will Lightning Bolt the face. Choosing to play Kefka, we'll go ahead and Counterspell that. And then it's our go. Unfortunately, we're going to lose that land. We'll get a Voltaic Key, which will go well with our Basalt Monolith. And we drew into Ugin for turn, so that's good. We'll go ahead and play an island, and then for 3, play the Basalt Monolith. 3, 4, 5. Not much else we can do. We could untap after we get this mana, which I think is going to be the right play. I'm not sure. I don't like counting, so we're just going to go for it. Add 3 mana. Pay 1. Untap the Basalt Monolith. It's untapped. Tap it again. There's 3 more mana. Now we'll play Dramatic Reversal. 1 and shoot, we're not going to have enough to play Teferi, I was thinking. Well, let's try for Ugin. Let's see. 1 and 1 of our colorless. Those are getting untapped. We'll add another 3 with Basalt Monolith, so we're up to 7. Tap the island, we're at 8. And we'll play Ugin. Pretty good turn. And we'll go ahead and deal 3 to the face. And then go ahead and pass to our opponent. They're going to destroy Basalt Monolith, so it's gone. They're also going to destroy Voltaic Key. And then they'll pass back to us. 2. We don't even have enough, so we're going to go ahead and stock up 3. See if we can't get a land. That's going to get countered. It's going to go on top of our library, so that's fine. We'll go ahead and activate Ugin's Plus again. Another 3 damage to Kefka. They're going to go play Spire Bluff Canal. Alright, blue-red mana. Passing back to us. We'll try for that stock up again. Again getting countered, this time by Drown in the Lock. We'll activate Ugin. Ugin's kind of like our win con. That's how we deal our damage, so I guess we'll just keep doing his plus until we can get Teferi out. Cards from your hand on the battlefield. Yeah, that's not going to do much. We don't hardly have any permanents. Well, we'll see if we can't outlast our opponent with Ugin. I expect to see Kefka this next turn. There he is. We've only got 1 card to discard, so it'll be Transmute Artifact. That would really hurt our opponent. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. 2 for Stasis. Activate Ugin, dealing 3 to the face. 2 more turns. See if we can't make it. We'll pass the turn. Kefka to attack. Ugin's going to go down to 11. And then we'll go ahead and pay the 1. We have a counter spell if we need it. We just need to survive. Ugin to survive 1 more turn. We'll go ahead and pass the turn. Kefka down to 1 life. And no effects. We'll go ahead and cancel Stasis. And then we will play or activate Ugin's +2. And that'll knock Kefka out of the game. Seeing as we won game 1, our opponent's going to get to choose to go first. We're going second. I like this hand, so we're going to go ahead and keep. Moonlake Verge for our opponent to open with. And they'll go ahead and Swamp Cycle the Troll of Khazad-dûm. They'll get Underground Sea for their swamp. It'll be our go. We'll play an island for turn. And I think we go ahead and play the Serum Visions. Yep, Serum Visions for 1. Drew into an island. And I haven't seen a lot of creatures with power 2 or less. I think we just leave those on top. I think we can actually, well, yeah, we can scry this island to the bottom. And then it'll be our opponent's turn. I'll play Underground Sea. Thought sees us. Rough. We'll go ahead and Mental Misstep that for 2. Pay 2 life. I'll be countered. It'll be our go. We'll do Island and pass the turn, leaving counter spell up. Likely playing Brainstorm at the end of turn. Perhaps Stern Scolding during the turn. Island for Brainstorm. Goes through. I'm gonna put 2 cards back on top. I guess we can both of these islands back on top. That'll give us an island still for turn. I don't really. Oh, I do want this. Very strong. That'll give me that'll give me my win cons. Okay, yeah, let's put Stern Scolding back. And we want to draw the island first. And then they'll pass to us. We'll get into the island. Play it for turn. We're going to go Personal Tutor. We're going to get Fabricate to the top of our library, which will allow us to search for an artifact. Consult the star charts from our opponent. That's also a card in our deck. Basic Snow-Covered Island for turn, and then the Pyrogoyf. And it's going to deal some damage when it enters. Counter mass 2 or less. Nope, can't do it. So that's going to go ahead and land. We'll take 3 as it's a 3/4. Pretty good sized creature. Play an island for turn. Unfortunately, we can't play Fabricate. This is rough. I want to leave Counterspell up, so we'll go ahead and pass the turn back to our opponent. Tapped land from them. 3 damage from the Pyrogoyf into the Fear of Missing Out. Convert mana cost 2 or less. Darn. Oh, that's perfect. Spell Snare. 1 to counter that guy. And then a Snapcaster Mage. That's going to get Consult the Stars back. Okay. I expect we'll see Kefka next turn. We'll go ahead and play an island. Probably a good time to get the Scepter out, since our opponent is tapped out. And then we'll go ahead and pass the turn to our opponent so we can have Counterspell mana up. Looking like we're going to take 6 this next turn, which is going to be a bad day. And to the face. And there's Kefka. We'll go ahead and pay the 3 for it with our Scepter. Or 2 for it, I should say. Our turn. And that didn't give us any answers to this 6 damage we'll be facing down. I'm just going to go ahead and play Teferi. It's going to get washed away. I can muddle the mixture of that, countering it. So we can go ahead and hit. Can untap for permanence. Leave me with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. 4 for this. So I can get an artifact for 4 or less. 2 hand. I was hoping to find something that could block, something to get me out of this pickle that I'm in, but I have no answers. I'm just going to get the extra planar lens. Play it for turn. Exile an island when it enters. And pass the turn to our opponent. They'll swing in for lethal. Alright, opening up game 3. Since we lost last game, we are going to go ahead and choose to be on the play. This is an acceptable hand, so I'll go ahead and keep. And we'll open up with an island and pass the turn. Volcanic Island from our opponent. And we'll go ahead and play Urza's Saga. And then we'll pass the turn to our opponent. Lightning Bolt to the face. Flooded Strand from our opponent into an Undercity Sewer. So I'll go ahead and surveil 1 and then pass to us. Urza's Saga will advance to the next level. We'll play an island and then go ahead and create that creature token. And then pass to our opponent. Fear of Missing Out, a 2/3 creature. He's going to discard a card and draw some cards when it enters. It'll be our go. We can go ahead and get an artifact for 0 or 1. I'm going to go with the Voltaic Key, as I have Basalt Monolith in hand. We'll play Island for turn, extra planar lens for 3. Dang, 4 spiked, so that'll get blocked. Can't do anything about it. And we'll go ahead and pass to our opponent. They're going to go ahead and Galvanic Discharge the Construct token and swing in for 2. It's going to be our turn. Let's see, I've got a Polluted Delta. I don't have any instants or sorceries in my graveyard just at the moment. So I think maybe we go ahead and get an island, solve the equation with Basalt Monolith right now, and we can get a counter spell for Kefka. think that's right. Let's do that. Sack the Polluted Delta. Get an island. Play a Basalt Monolith. Lose focus. That's going to be countered. Rough. I don't have 2 mana. So we'll go ahead and pass to our opponent. We don't have anything. We'll take Keys, now a dead card. And 2 to the face from the fear of missing out. Passing to us, there's our own lose focus. We don't have a way to get any cards. We need some cards. We'll play Solve the Equation and see if our opponent lets it happen, and they do not. It's remanded. Back to our hand, they're going to draw a card. Was hoping to get Washout. I'm just getting blocked at every turn here. Pass to our opponent. They're going to destroy the Voltaic Key. Swing for 2, so we're down to 10, halfway to dead. There's an island. Play that for turn. Well, we'll have 2 mana up even if we don't get this through, but we're going to try. And Solve the Equation does go through. I'm going to choose to get Wash Away, giving us a counterspell for our opponent's commander. And then we'll pass the turn to our opponent. They go with Mnemonic Betrayal. Exile all the cards from our graveyard. We don't even have anything except for Voltaic Key. They don't even have any artifacts, so we'll let that go through. And then Fear of Missing Out for 2. They'll play the Voltaic Key from our exile cards. The exile cards will return, and they'll pass back to us. We'll go ahead and draw. We've got an island, so Teferi's online, but I don't want to play it until I know I'm going to block Kefka, so I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn. I've got a Capsize bot back if our opponent doesn't do anything. And we see a Baleful Strix from our opponent. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and buy back when it enters draw card. So we'll put none of these enter, well, Undercity Sewers enters tapped. So we'll put that back into our opponent's hand. We can actually get this back to our hand if we want. But we'll see if they play anything that we need to do that with. We're on the 2-turn clock as they've got 3 damage sitting on the battlefield. I'm going to assume they don't get into an untapped... I'm going to hope they don't get into an untapped land source. And I'm going to bring out Teferi. I could untap him, untap these and have counter spells up. I think that's the right choice. So we'll untap some lands and pass to our opponent. We probably need to counter anything and everything that they do. Swinging for 3 at Teferi. Yep, that's gonna happen. Dang, they didn't play anything. I wonder if that's not hasty. I could bounce that. I can't do that. I need a plus. I want to keep him on the battlefield. It's only 2 mana. About 4. It's a flyer with Death Touch. Okay. Passes back to us. Oh, great. Into a counterspell. We'll go ahead and look at the top 2. And get Fabricate to hand. I think I play Scour for scraps. Return an artifact from our graveyard to hand. They get us extra planar lens. And we can go get the Chain Veil. Still leave 2 up. Yeah, I think that's the right thing. Alright, Scour. We'll get the lens back. And we'll get the Veil to hand. pass to our opponent. We'll get rid of Fabricate as it doesn't serve much purpose anymore. Baleful Sticks to deal damage to Teferi. Yep, that's fine. Kefka, he's tapped out, so I think Daze is the right time for Daze right now. Yeah, I think we play Daze. Yep. We'll play 2 for Daze. Countering Kefka. Then it'll be our go. Draw into Whir, which doesn't really do much for us. Play Extraplanar Lens. Okay, that'll leave us with 6 mana from these 3 sources. That can counter anything, so I think I play Chain Veil. I know, plus Teferi. And we'll put an island into hand, play that land for turn. I'm going to be cooked if I don't keep Extraplanar Lens or this island around, so I think I'm going to leave both of them up, and I got multiple counter spells online, and we'll pass to our opponent. And they're going to kill the Chain Veil. Oh, I can counter that. Why am I upset? I don't want to put it back in hand. I guess it's got to be counterspell. Teferi to be attacked by the sticks. That's fine. Fear of missing out to return to the battlefield. I think I remand this and try to draw into something better, or lose focus. Remand. Goes into hand. It won't be able to play it until their next turn. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, remand that. We draw Misty Rainforest. So we could get Mystical Tutor with that now. Get back Capsize. Potentially. That'll really stall out the game. Okay. Let's see, how do we want to do this? We'll start off by plussing. We definitely want Ugin. Let's activate the Chain Veil. Untap up to 4 permanents. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, there we go. Yep, so I'm gonna go infinite here. Give me just a second. Go ahead and activate the Chain Veil. Plus the Teferi. Card into hand. Oh, I messed up the sequencing. Okay, next turn we'll be able to do it. If I am able to keep my opponent from getting at this. Here we go. Misty Rainforest. We'll do Mystical Sanctuary. And we'll put maybe Scour for scrap on. No. We don't have a way to draw. Shoot. Okay. We don't have any hard counters. We'll put counterspell back on top. Yep. Ah, I messed that up. I needed to just go mana, not draw. My problem was I didn't have enough loyalty. Okay. We got a ton of mana still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I think we go ahead and play Ugin. We can get rid of the Baleful Sticks. Can he draw cards? No. We have this for Kefka. We have that for bad stuffs. We need to draw a card, but we don't have a way to, so I think we just play Ugin. Okay. Let's go ahead and we'll get rid of this guy, I think, just in case he's got some kind of a trick up his sleeve. And then pass the turn. Mystery for us from our opponent. Snapcaster Mage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I hard counter that because he could get back all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, that's getting hard countered. We gotta go with Wash Away. Oh man, I don't have enough. Okay. I can't replicate it, so okay. That's gonna happen. And there goes my Chain Veil. Gah! I'm an idiot. I could have Stern Scolded the Snapcaster Mage. Alright, Chain of Veil's gone. Fear of missing out, back to the battlefield. There's the counter spell. A little ironic, but okay, whatever. Well, let's clear the board. We'll go ahead and draw cards, see if I can't find something to get back my Chain Veil. The card that gets my artifacts back is in a sorcery in my graveyard, so I'm not sure what I need, but I know where it is. That'll get plussed. We'll get rid of this guy. We'll go ahead and play this for 1. Draw 3. We'll put this back, and that doesn't do anything. Memory Lapse closest to the top. Play an island for turn. And I guess we'll pass the turn. Actually, let's look, see if we don't have something that can... We'll play this Personal Tutor and see if we can't get back the Chain Veil somehow. I didn't do a good job of protecting it. I didn't have anything good, but I did put Will of the Teamer on the top of my library, so assuming my library doesn't get messed with, that'll give me a 4/4 body, which will help me accelerate, and I'll just have to get there with Ugin and Control. So we'll go ahead and pass the turn to our opponent. They're going to sacrifice their Bloodstained Mire, get a Badlands. They are going to attack Ugin with the Snapcaster Mage. That is fine. And then we'll see Kefka. I'm going to go ahead and play... I'm going to play Lose Focus. Don't even need to replicate it on Kefka. So that'll get countered. Oh, it's on the stack. I didn't realize he had the mana. Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna wash that away. I've got plenty of mana sitting around. I don't even need to wash that away. I can just pay it for 1. And then we'll draw into this Will of the Teamer. Oh! Perfect! It'll get me back. So I will copy the Snapcaster Mage and draw like 8 cards myself. I'm going to get back Scour for scrap. Then I will play Scour for scrap. Where is it? Is it on top of my library? That's right. Okay. +1 puts... I'm confused. I really thought I used Snapcaster Mage to get back Scour for scrap. I must have misclicked because it's still here in my graveyard. Oh, it gains flashback. Okay, right. There. Derp. Okay, I'm gonna do both. So I will get back the Chain Veil. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will put the the Scepter into our hand. Perfect. Hand's looking a little big. We'll go ahead and thin our deck a smidge. Let's play the Scepter. I should have minused him. Let's get rid of Snapcaster. Using Ugin's ability. About 3, 4, 5, 6 mana available. I think I want to leave 2 for Counterspell, and I'll just put the Chain Veil out. My opponent's sitting on 1 card. I've got a bunch of good Counterspells in my hand. Maybe I should wait. I think I'm being greedy by playing that. That'd give me 4. No, I'm just gonna pass the turn. We'll go to discard. We'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of this. Get rid of this and this. And I think probably Force Spike. Arid Mesa from our opponent into the Thundering Falls. They're going to Flame Slash my Snapcaster Mage. I don't want to get baited. Put it on top of its owner's library for 2. That'd leave me with 4 blue mana. Oh, let's do this. Fierce Guardianship. For free. Keep my 4/4. And they have no cards in hand now, so we are in a really good spot. These are all instants that are good for countering, so we'll just leave those up. Untap. Play an island. Let's play the Chain Veil. Let's activate the Chain Veil. Okay. Let's activate Ugin. 3 damage to our opponent. Activate Teferi. Untap 4 permanents. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Activate Ugin again. 3 more damage. Activate the Chain Veil. Untap 4 permanents. Chain Veil. Oh, I'm messing up. I need to be using my Scepter. Untap some of my lands. Okay. Activate Ugin again. 3 more damage. Activate my Scepter. Add 3 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Activate my Chain Veil. Very good. Untap 4 permanents. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I gotta start plussing him. But this will be enough because it'll bring him down to 4. And then I can go to combat and I will swing for 4 with my Snapcaster Mage. And that'll knock my opponent out of the game.
If you liked the video, you should consider subscribing by clicking the button in the top left. If you want to support the channel, you can do so by giving this video a thumbs up or by leaving a comment down below. Otherwise, YouTube thinks you'll like the video in the top right, or you could check out either of the playlists on the bottom. And as always, have a great day.